The thing that is holding most people back in fitness and movement isn't a lack of strength or flexibility, it's fear. The fear of doing it wrong, fear of injury, fear of making mistakes, fear of looking stupid or like you don't have it all figured out. This fear isn't making things safer. It's actually making you more tense, more disconnected, and more unsure on how to move at all. When you move from a place of fear and avoidance, your nervous system drops into protection mode. Over time, this fear actually reduces your capacity to move, which is the exact opposite of why you got into training or practicing movement in the first place. Last week, I got an awesome message from Sam in Italy. He just started my level 1 primal movement program, and he said something that I hear all the time. How do I avoid injury and make sure my movements are correct? I overthink posture and positions, worrying I'm doing it wrong. First of all, Sam, I appreciate you. And second of all, I can really relate to this. Over the years, I've dealt with chronic pain, constant tweaks and injuries, and this has led to a bunch of frustration. It honestly felt like my body was resisting, revolting, and against me. And with that, I was against my body. Every movement felt risky. Every rep came with overthinking. And through this, I was trying to control everything so nothing could go wrong. But that mindset kept me in the cycle of pain and injury. So circling back to Sam's question, I want to answer this in 2 parts. We're going to look at mindset and reps. And I promise you this, if you apply these 2 things and you do this consistently, you're going to build real confidence in your body. A huge part of becoming resilient is not about mastering technique. It's more about mastering your mindset. When fear and avoidance dictates your training, you don't train to move or learn, you train to avoid. And you train like you're not trying to break yourself. And this comes with stiffness and hesitancy and a bunch of bracing and contraction. So instead of treating that practice or your training session as an opportunity to connect, you're simply trying to survive the workout. So here's the shift. Stop focusing on what you're avoiding and start focusing on what you're building. So instead of thinking, don't get hurt or don't do this wrong or don't mess up my back, shift the focus to I'm building connection, I'm building coordination, I'm building strength, I'm building confidence in my body, my movement, and myself. Notice the language there. I'm building. That's ownership, that's responsibility, and that's you choosing to participate in the process instead of getting caught up with trying to control the outcome. This is the real difference between fear-based movement and growth-oriented movement. And when we start to focus on what we're building, as opposed to what we're avoiding, in this case, injury, we can relax into the process. And that is where the learning and growth truly begins. Now, here's where things get practical, where we begin to link that mindset to our body, to our physical experience. When we make that shift from fear to growth, we need a signal that allows our nervous system to know that it's okay to let go. That signal is your breath. Your breath is the regulator. Your breath is your rhythm. Your breath is how your body knows and feels, I'm here, I'm present, and I'm okay. When you're holding your breath, you're not building resilience. You're essentially fighting yourself. But when you begin to breathe, something changes. Now, instead of trying to control your movement, you're truly experiencing your movement. So one of the simplest cues I can give you is if you're breathing smoothly, then you're probably in a good spot. And if your breath gets shallow, choppy, or stuck, that's not failure. That's information. So in that experience, slow down, adjust, and reconnect. Because sure, breath supports your movement, but really what it's doing is guiding your movement. So we've got the mindset and we've got the breath. Now it comes down to really just doing the thing and putting in those repetitions. The fear of doing it wrong doesn't disappear through analysis. It disappears through experience. We got to give the nervous system evidence that we can move, explore, and adapt without falling apart. And the only way this happens is by showing up consistently and spending time in the movement. You don't log reps to be perfect. You log reps to get experience. This may be awkward at first, clunky and uncoordinated. And from personal experience, some days it feels like I've forgotten how to move. But this is normal. This is part of the learning process, and it's part of being a human. Just know that you're not broken. And by going through this experience, you're developing that strength, that coordination, that skill, even when it seems like that is absolutely not the case. This is why I provide structure, cues, and form guidelines here on my YouTube channel and on the smoov app. Not so you can execute everything perfectly, but so you have a container to explore within. Over time, your brain starts to recognize these patterns, and you can start to relax into the movement, making it more effective and efficient. And now this practice becomes a lot less of box checking and more so this practice of connecting with your body and your movement in this moment. So instead of chasing these rep numbers, treat the reps as conversations with your body. Some reps feel smooth, some reps feel off. It's not failure, it's just information that you can use to improve over time. And now you're rebuilding trust. Trust that your body can adapt, trust that sensations you're experiencing aren't dangerous, and trust that you don't need to control everything. That is real confidence. Now, one quick thing. If you notice that something feels off or a little tweak, this isn't the end of the world. Most of the time, it's just feedback. Your body is saying, yo, pay attention here. And remember, the goal isn't to never feel any of this stuff. The goal is to know your body well enough so you can listen and respond accordingly. And this is what's going to make you a durable, dynamic, and consistent mover. So if you want to move, train, and play without overthinking everything, I recommend starting simple. I created a free 7-day follow-along series called Move Now, and the whole point of it is exactly what we've been talking about in this video. Less thinking, more moving. It's short, approachable, and designed to help you reconnect to movement without worrying about doing it right. All you got to do is show up, breathe, and move. This is exactly the kind of practice that I wish I had when I was stuck overthinking everything. So if you want to move now, sign up for free. Link is in the description below. To close this video out, here's what I want you to remember. The goal isn't perfect movement. That doesn't exist. The intention is to connect with your body and your movement. Stay present, breathe, log reps, get curious, and trust that that confidence will build over time. This is a lifelong practice, so no rush. You're right on time. Just keep moving. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stay smoov.